inkproducts.com has now released its newest refill kit for Canon's new 271 and 270 cartridges. Now on this model here, the MG6821, I'm going to show you how to refill them and how it's going to reset the ink level back to full. A lot better than using a chip resetter or even the Canon cartridges. Simple and easy. The COC Smart chips are just awesome. Now I'm going to scan over and show you the ink levels. Screen. I'm going to go over to Setup. There it is. Press that. Going to come up. I'm going to go to Maintenance. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want maintenance. I got to go back. I want to go up to show you the ink levels. Estimated ink levels. There you go. Okay, now you see the exclamation mark. And then you can see how low some of them are. Now, a lot of people, they go, oh, gee, I'll take them out and just fill them up, and then it'll reset the ink levels. It will not do that. It acts just like a Canon cartridge. You're going to get an exclamation, which tells you to go to the store and buy another cartridge. Or in this case, you just wait. When you get the red X, then you're going to take that cartridge out, refill it, and then put it back in. If you fill them up ahead of time, you're going to be out of sync with the ink gauge. Now, that's not a bad thing. It's just that you'll never really know how much ink you have in the cartridge. So now I'm going to be running it right now with solids, and I'm going to make that exclamation mark go over to the X. Then I'll open the printer and we'll take them out. Then I'll take you over and I'm going to show you how to fill them. Now, I do a lot of videos. If you notice, I always make up a little fill box. See? I got my syringes. I always make up this little box. I always have paper napkins, and if you want, put on a pair of rubber gloves. Sometimes I don't use rubber gloves. Now on the syringes, I want to point it out, it says discard after use. Pay no attention to that. They have veterinarian syringes. I don't want you washing them out, because what happens when you wash them out, you damage the little plungers. So just put them in a plastic bag. This is American-made ink. It's not going to clog up. It's not going to cake or any of that. Solid yellows and solid magentas. And then the magenta came up, showed me the X. That's what I was looking for. Now I'm going to show you how simple it is to fill these. Open the lid up. Cartridges are going to come over. Now you can see the magentas blinking. I'm not taking the other ones out. I'm just going to take the magenta out. See? Now even though that side is empty, there's still plenty left in the sponge side or the supply side. Now when you get the kit, there's going to be a orange clips. You can see I put them on the Canon cartridges to save them. So I'm going to take this one off and put it on the refillable cartridge for now, for filling. And then all I'm going to have to do is take the rubber plug out, fill it up, put it back in, ink level will go back up, and that's how simple. No chip resetter required. The COC Smart chips are just awesome. A lot better than the old style ARC chips. See, I'm using a piece of cardboard. I've got my paper towels. That's the way you got to set it up if you're going to do it. So when I put the cartridge in, I put that clip through the cartridge like that, and then I can snap it down and lock it in there. Like that. Now it's easy to fill. It's not going to leak all over. Now when you first get the cartridges, you just want to point this out. It's going to be this little yellow tab on there. You want to take that off. We don't use that ever again. But then it exposes. There's a little hole up in the front here. It's an air hole. You want to make sure that's clear and any of the residue from the yellow pull tape didn't stick in there. Because if it does, the cartridge won't print correctly. Okay, so I got the cartridge, take the little plug out. I'm going to fill up the magenta, and then I'll be putting it in. So I have all my syringes marked. Now I'm going to put in as much ink as I can. Just wipe it off. Take your time when you're doing this. Now sometimes I use a little clamp up front here to hold it so it doesn't fall over as I'm filling it. I mean, you can develop your own way of doing it. Okay? Then I let it sit like that just for a minute. Give it a chance to absorb into the sponge in the front there. Canon cartridges have the same thing. A little sponge in the... Okay, now I'll go in again, and I'll just top it off. There you go. I can return the rest. Put that up in there. Put that in there. And put the plug back in. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off, the orange clip off. You're going to see a little dripping. See that? That's why I do it that way. That's normal. I'm just going to dab it down here. That takes all the excess off. That's normal if you see that. But if you keep holding it to the paper towel, it's going to act like a wick and draw out all the ink. So now we can go over, and you can wipe out the orange clip too. But now we're going to go over and install the magenta, and you'll see the ink level go back up. And now push it down, solid red light. Okay, now we can close it up. Let's go over here to the ink levels again. This will take a second. That's how quick it was to fill it. Now sometimes I suggest you have two sets. One set filled. Now you're going to get a warning. It's going to tell you they're not genuine. One more time. Set up. Scroll down. Oop. Did it again. Sorry. There you go. There you go, right there. I'm sorry. I kept moving the camera on you. There you go. Ink level set back up. That's how simple it was. Let me print something out. Go to copy. Goes through a little cleaning. Color. And let it print out. The yellow is going to be the next one. It'll start off with the exclamation, and then when you get the red X, that is the only time you should take that cartridge out only and fill it. Looks awesome. So go to inkproducts.com for the newest refill kit for the Canon 270, 271 cartridges.